I think maybe even Dirty Jersey Rat. Dirty Jersey. Yay! I love that song.
All right, so this whole deal with Ethan, Ralph, and Scarlett, you're interested in that shit?
A little casually. I wasn't like a fan of either of them before, but yeah.
Okay, but you know what we're gonna go over here with the whole Penny and Tommy deal.
Oh yeah, that was great. Yeah.
Okay, so here's an angle I have. So I'm gonna show a couple pictures here, and then I'm gonna show a video of Haley breaking the whole thing down. So, I want to preface this with Haley's always been a big supporter of us. She showed some of my Muppet videos. She gave me this shirt that I'm wearing right now. At Hackamania, it's like a one-off. So I'm really stoked to have that. If I can say such a old word there. But my point is with Haley here is, she wants to criticize Penny with the viewpoint from Ralph. The best thing to do is to show this, to show the video here. But to start off here, here's a picture of her and Ethan, Ralph, and Scarlett are in the back here. Okay, so this is the same picture, but I've zoomed in here. Okay, so she's taking a selfie, right?
Sure.
She's taking a selfie of Ethan, Ralph, and Scarlett in the booth at the carousel, where we all hung out all 3 days and everything. Yep. And but she doesn't want to go up and talk to them because they're busy doing their thing. Is her deal here. So let me share this here and then start playing this. This is long. We're not gonna play the whole clip, but I'm gonna play a little bit of it.
But I did see this image at some point after they did that live stream on the kill stream. They were in the bar. They were just chilling. This is in the plaza, so they were inside. There's AC/DC socks. Yeah. Ethan Ralph got some AC/DC socks.
Yeah, I think I threw that in there just the fact that people were curious whether Ethan and Scarlett actually went in there, but they did.
Okay. You got to pick with Ralph when he was walking through the Plaza casino floor. Were you there? Even more wild. Hold on. Back it up. Share this one. Clicked out.
I don't think I've ever been called.
As you can see, Tommy Jordan is coming up from behind Ethan.
I don't think I've ever been
There you go.
called generic.
And Penny. But anyway, so here comes Tommy, and then that's Penny from Penny and the Big Dork coming around. You'll see her walk by, and apparently she sat right next to Scarlett to where Scarlett couldn't get out.
All right, so what does Scarlett couldn't get out have to do with anything?
Absolutely. And look at her. She's stoned out of her mind or blitzed out of her mind, something out of her mind.
So she's heard, because I heard Ethan Ralph talking about this later on, because he gave you some shit. He didn't call you any nasty names. He said, "Ma'am," but he said, get away from my table or whatever. But later on, he said that you had blocked her in.
Yeah.
Why does Haley jump to that right away? I mean, why?
It's narrative framing. So instead of giving an analysis of what happened or a take on what's going on, she's trying to set the table, but she's using adjectives and certain things to fit a narrative that she's building, I think. So that's probably why. And
she's also co-opting what Ralph has already said. From his point of view, yes, he's going to say that because he's going to be defensive about it because he didn't enjoy what happened, right? So you can understand him saying it, but why is she saying it? Why is she saying that Penny is blocking her in so she can't get out? Why does she have to bring it that way?
And all she would have had to say was, "Ma'am, can you move?" or "Penny, can you move?" or "Get out of the way," and I would have moved.
Yeah, and plus there's a whole other side of the table
Exactly.
she can get out if Ralph gets out
So
first.
Get his fat ass out of the way.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, it's her show. She needs something to talk about. If she wasn't there to see it, then she's just repeating what Ralph said or whatever.
And
but,
that's kind of my point. You know,
She wasn't there.
yeah,
she
so
took a picture. She took a selfie over her shoulder. Didn't want to go up because they seemed, you know, they're doing Dabbleverse stuff. You know, yeah, okay, so they're doing Dabbleverse stuff. Tommy and Penny, you know, this is the Dabbleverse. We're gonna do Dabbleverse stuff too.
Right.
We're gonna go up and, you know, and of course, Penny being Penny, you know, what was your motivation to do what you did?
So I had left you at the show and said I was going to go to bed.
Right.
And when I went back to the elevator, off the elevator came Tommy and Dave. Sarah, however you say it. And they're like, Ralph and Scarlett are here. I'm like, no way, really? I'd like to see them. You know, I've seen Scarlett on hundreds and hundreds of shows. And I've seen that piece of shit wherever. Anyway, so I'd really like to see them. And I have said repeatedly on many shows, you know, that she needs help, you know. She needs a lot of help. Am I the one to give it to her? Absolutely not. But could I maybe push her in the right direction? Maybe I could. But that's me. That's me saying that. So when they came down, Dave like scattered. I have no idea where Dave went. But anyway, I said to Tommy, he's like, they're somewhere in a bar. And I'm like, well, where'd you look? And he's like, well, we haven't looked here yet. Bitch, you just got off the elevator. It's the first fucking bar. What are you doing? So I'm like, well, there they are, because they were scrunched down. It was really weird. Like, see, she's way down, but he was down before, and all you could see was the top of that Miami hat. And I'm like, well, right there they are. Mm-hmm. So we went over. You know, I was supposed to be going to bed, but here I am getting in trouble.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Go ahead.
You know why Tommy went for clout and to be on camera and all that shit. But Penny was going for pure purposes of,
Your purpose is to talk to her and plus a little clout.
Yes.
Yeah.
You gotta understand. Penny does have her, you know, caring side and genuine caring for people, but Penny also enjoys this shit now. Mm-hmm. So she has no qualms of getting in the mix and mixing it up, and you see and hear she had no problem telling Ethan Ralph to fuck off.
Exactly.
So let's watch a few more minutes of this.
I know. I was just going to I said to Scarlett over here, so I think I'll find a flip.
You're just trying to get views off my place.
I just let the show.
That sound like accurate shit.
If you listen, Ralph and Tommy are chatting, are mouthing back and forth. But if you listen to what Scarlett and I are saying, it's just a normal conversation of two women having a conversation.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the only thing that you did is you said, "Are you okay? Are
Exactly.
you all right?" You know.
Exactly. Did you see her? She was slumped up against him asleep.
Yeah. Well,
of course I'm going to ask if she's okay.
This has removed. Security, get this shit. How fast you got an elf?
So he's calling security. Penny's screaming, hey. Like that's going to do anything, but bless it.
How about let's take a deep breath?
Darren.
How about you don't?
Was that Penny screaming hey, or was that
Yeah,
Scarlett?
yeah.
Oh, it was. Okay.
That was
I couldn't tell if it was Scarlett or not. So
Yeah. No,
okay.
Talk to me. Oh, shout out to Keto.
Really?
Get out of here.
I'm fine. Why would I not be?
Something can go to jail. Yeah, that's right. Security and out of here.
Leave him alone.
Yeah, and I kind of believe what Tommy says, and everybody's saying that that he got really aggressive and real physical once he saw security was around. I kind of do believe that.
Right. And you have to understand, I'm looking where the doors are opening. And when that door opened up and security came in, that's when Ethan Ralph turned on his beer muscles. You know, prior to that, they were both talking calm. And as soon as Ralph took his hands towards Tommy and started hollering for security, that's when Tommy like freaked out. And I get it. I do get it. But like all of this stuff that that Haley says about me and says what I said, and she says she's watched this video numerous times, is just absolutely insane. I mean, just insane. So go ahead, Worms.
Leave my table. Ow. I got the W. We call security like a bitch. Get out.
He said, leave my table. Like, he turned around and was just like, leave my table.
Off my table. Out. You're gonna ask this woman, ma'am, this woman, I don't even know who this is, sitting at my table.
I just said that.
I don't want you talking to Scar. Yeah, good luck to you.
You own her?
Yeah, good luck to you, madam.
No?
This is my motherfucking table. Get the fuck up out of here. Get the fuck up out of here.
God.
Yeah, good luck to you.
You own her?
Yeah, good
So he said, good luck to you. And she said, you own her?
luck to you, madam.
No?
This is my motherfucking table. Get the fuck up out of here. Get the fuck up out of here.
Something about an enable? Hold on.
No?
This is my motherfucking table. Get the fuck up out of here. Get the fuck up.
It's got your name on it.
Right. No, I said, is it your table? Is it got your name
Yes,
on
your
it?
name on
And
it,
then
yeah.
Haley thinks I said, you're her enabler.
Yeah.
Which I said, is it your table? Is your name on it? But yes, he is an enabler.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, but the whole thing that, like, I barely even know Haley, and she wants to say that I'm in the wrong and I blocked her in. Okay, I blocked her in, but her fat ass boyfriend was going after Tommy over a booth and knocking her over 6 inches to a foot. But I'm keeping her from getting out of a booth because you see she's obviously trying to get out of a booth.
Yeah, I think in this breakdown so far, it's very focused on you.
Yeah.
And I think there's something to that.
Yes.
You know, it's almost like I don't want to say a jealousy thing, but the whole fact that she prefaced this whole deal with the fact that she took the picture over her shoulder, you know. And man, I don't want to say this, but I'm going to go ahead and say it. I don't think she likes candid moments. Put it that way.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know where I'm getting at?
You get it, Chow?
Anybody know where I'm getting at? Candid moments.
I know candid. You mean like all the scuffle that's going on? You don't think she wants to be anywhere near that, right?
No. I don't think. I don't think she wants Candid Owens. Yeah, Candid Owens.
Like do this for comparison. Worms, pop up the picture that she showed prior to this and compare it to the picture of her in this little circle on her podcast. And you show me you tell me what the difference is.
That's the thing. They're exactly the same.
No, they're not. This picture has red. The picture where she was with us is blonde and brown.
That's not the important part. The important part is that it's all been filtered.
Yes.
Let's just put it that way. It's all been filtered. Okay. I actually had a little. I was very surprised that I'm being a mean. I don't want to be a mean dude. I'm kind of being a.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, and as far as are you saying that you think she wishes she was in this would have been in this mix too, or?
I'm just saying she wasn't in this mix because she didn't want to
be seen without the
right.
Yeah,
yeah.
I could see that. You know,
yeah.
like,
but I'm not saying she would have ever done anything like this. I'm just saying that the whole fact that she took a picture over her shoulder, you know, over her head of the whole deal, and we haven't seen the only picture we've seen. Why am I doing that?
Well, there's that one picture. So I'll tell you this. There's a picture of Bachman and her, and that
Exactly what he's gonna say.
Well, that picture was like posted, and I just made a joke like they say money buys happiness, and like cropped it together. But the original picture, she made Bachman take it down. She made him wipe it off the internet. So like, you know, she's like very strict on like controlling what image of her gets out there.
Yeah,
It makes sense, but yeah.
And the only reason why I'm doing this is because why does she have to put Penny down as doing something wrong?
Right.
Penny did Dabbleverse shit.
Right.
This is just Dabbleverse shit, you know. Plus, this Ethan Ralph is the biggest piece of shit on the face of the earth. Is probably the biggest piece of shit in on the fringes. I've always called him on the fringes of the Dabbleverse. He's not really Dabbleverse. You wouldn't really call him Dabbleverse, right? He's kind of on the fringes of it. You know, why stick up? Because you know, we could watch this clip and she defends him even more almost throughout this clip. But I don't want to play the whole thing.
Well, and for these guys, like everyone involved in this, I don't try to put a lot of value judgment on good or bad for these people, but this whole thing, like me and Tommy have smoke from time to time, but I give Tommy an A, I give Penny an A, I give Ethan an A, and I give Scarlett an A, because this is the type of shit that everyone loves.
Right.
It's this like chaos, basically. So this is a created moment, and I'm not gonna sit here and be like, you shouldn't have done that, or this was, you know, this is all great. So I don't really like watching people who just sit there and like morally judge based off of their own, and I don't know, what they do.
No, and I agree with you. This is all fucking great shit, and this was you know, this contributed to several hours of content for lots of creators. So, you know, it was a big deal, and it, you know, put Penny on the map for a couple of days, you know. So, but the whole narrative of her saying that Penny did wrong in this, and she penned in Scarlett. You know, why would she do anything like that? Why not? You know, you're just human beings. You're people. You know, Penny's. You know, unfortunately, the internet and the world has turned to where everything gets focused on and gets broken down. And Penny was just basically being a person, trying to, you know, look out for somebody else, or not necessarily look out for him, but just, you know, interact with somebody else. And she knew some history of this woman. You know, this woman's not, you know, doesn't seem like she's in the best place, and you know. She's not going to give her any help, but, you know, she wanted to talk to her, and that's just the kind of personality Penny is, you know, and to judge her for, you know, going up there and doing something that you couldn't do or didn't want to do for whatever reason, you know, I just thought it was.
I find the word pinned in, or that way of describing it, interesting too, because you could say, she kind of blocked her in, or you know, like pinned in. Right. If the table was on fire or something.
Right. And I was holding her in the flames, you know?
Yeah, or you're like in a parking lot. Like, this is inside a casino where there's 10,000 cameras. Security was just there. It's not, she's not an imminent threat.
Yeah,
Right.
Haley took something that Ralph said, because he said the exact same thing, you know, prior to this, obviously. And she just took his what he said on the whole situation, just repeated it, you know. Just because it sounded salacious and it sounded, you know,
Right.
I just felt it was almost like mean girl kind of jealousy shit, you know.
Well, that's exactly what it is. And, you know, and she said that I did this for attention. Filter much?
Is that what she said?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
filter much for attention?
And by the way, she bombed, or she didn't even bomb because she didn't say anything when she had her little appearance on whatever show she was on, This Little Piggy or whatever. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah. I don't know, but then, you know, then she also said, you know, oh, I wish I could take home every stray animal too, you know, blah, 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 blah. I'm not talking about a stray animal. I'm talking about another living human being.
Yeah.
That probably could not be alive this time next year.
Yeah, so you saw this just literally hours ago. So
I did.
You have all the recall of it. I don't have the recall.
It's all fresh in my mind. You know, and she proceeds to go on that says that he badmouthed me. He did not badmouth me.
Not to your face.
Not to my face. Fuck no, he didn't badmouth me to his face. To my face.
And you said fuck off.
I said fuck off, you fucking loser.
I love that part. We got a super tip.
Oh,
From George, I think Ralph heard Penny ask Scarlett if she was okay and took offense. Yeah.
He may have taken offense, you know,
Yeah.
and that's okay. You know, it's okay. He can feel however he wants to feel, but they're oil and water. They're never ever going to mix. You know, they're never ever going to mix. Scarlett has shown herself to everyone, you know, in the biblical sense. You know, her everything. Her was as famous on the internet as my face is. Actually, more famous.
Yeah.
You know, more famous. And for Haley to come in and say that, you know, I was not the right person to give her help. Well, who are you to judge me? Here I am, full-fledged, freaking ass tired, you know, makeup worn off. You know, I don't have a filter on to make people think I'm better than what I am. And oops, sorry. And I am who I am, and that's just me. It's just chapstick. And that's just me.
Are you Popeye the Sailor Man?
You know, I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. Toot toot. You know? Yeah, you know, I don't get it. When Darren saved this and he kept saying I was keeping you from seeing this, you know, and I get it. You know, once again, here we go. People don't know me, but think they know me. You know, you just don't have a clue.
Yeah.
You know, and as you said, Scarlett's an adult, just like I'm a full-fledged adult. I did not baby her. She was incoherent. If you saw her at the beginning of this video and you see her later when they're eating, she's like a scolded child. Like her food is here and she's like, it's just the whole fucking thing is terrible.
Yeah, it's a
mess.
It's a rough life, if you ask
Yes,
me.
it
But
is.
I want to say thank you to George for the 5.
Yes, thank you, George. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
I got a couple more takes, but I want to keep seeing because I haven't seen this, so I don't know what she's gonna say. Penny's kind of leading it a little bit by saying
sorry.
it's all good, but yeah, let's keep going. I think.
Yeah, there's only a few more seconds here.
Yeah.
Out of here.
You didn't enable it or something? I couldn't understand that.
God.
Oh, fuck off.
Loser.
Yes.
So she says, "Fuck off, you fucking loser."
Thank you, ma'am. Security, I appreciate that. Coat confiscated.
And what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah. Chow, what's that mean?
What'd she say, or what'd he say?
Ralph says, "Cold confiscated."
I don't know. I'm
No?
not. I've never heard that.
I guess, I thought
But-
maybe.
I was gonna say Scarlett doesn't look threatened by anything Penny was doing.
Exactly.
She seems
I never
to
touched her.
enjoy it and be chill about it. I mean, she's smiling. She seems comfortable. So whatever, you know.
Yeah, and if she's scooching over, she's just trying to get in camera shot. You know.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
grinning.
That's yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's I think she just goes on to tell the
Oh,
shit.
yeah, the female security officer come, I guess, and shoo Penny away.
Didn't do shit.
Oh, is your name on it? Okay, dang, y'all can hear that way better.
Yeah. There's just a bunch of Haley trying to figure out what's going on. I guess I'd probably be the same way. That's a long clip, but it's just more of the same. You watched it earlier.
Yeah. Yeah. Just more of her putting me down and saying, you know, that I was a terrible person and I was rude and I treated her like a baby and she's a grown ass woman and blah, 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 blah. And, you know, Haley, I don't know you. Yeah, I don't know you. And like when you came up and introduced yourself to us, I had no idea who you were. And when you walked away and Darren told me who you were, you don't look nothing in person like you do on your show. Nothing. I mean, if your little show face would be a meme, you know, like a cat or a dog or a puppy, I might get it, you know, but it wasn't. Totally not anything like you look like.
No.
Have I sat here and said I'm beautiful? Absolutely not. Have I sat here and said I'm a true redhead? No. Check out the roots, you know. Have I sat here and said that I was a skinny mini and I'm going to wear a belly top? Absolutely not. I'm a fat fuck and I know that. I know that. But you know what? I'm a good person. And I don't have to talk bad about a stranger to know that I'm a good person. So,
Oh, there's the cat. He ran out of the bag.
No, and I don't think she. I think her ego is doesn't match her true clout when it comes to like she might be thinking she's higher in her mind than she might be perceived by the rest of the game, as they say. So
Yeah. Well, take all this out of it, okay? So we do this stuff, we do the Dabbleverse stuff, we're online, and not even Dabbleverse, whatever. And anybody that's online or on Instagram and they take pictures, we see it all the time, right? You see the person on a candid shot and you're like, holy shit, why? I understand why people do it, because
I
Dude,
don't.
I'm the opposite. Like I look too good. That's why I wear the hat and glasses in real life. So I'm like distractingly good looking. So when
You and $2 Dan, right?
downplay those.
yeah, I haven't seen Dan in real life, so I can't speak for him. But
Yeah, he's
that's
my
my
next
thing.
topic of conversation.
But I just don't understand why you do that, and then when you go to a basically what I always call it like a convention and whatever
Right,
it was.
right.
It's a show, Hackamania convention show, whatever. And then I wanted to take a selfie, but I thought I can't take a selfie and then post it, because what happened to Shmuel, right?
Right.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I don't really know her, and I've only seen her show once or twice. But I had like commented on something, and she hit me up with like this like 4-paragraph like response to something, and it's just like, so I think that's just her style. Like, be way into it like that.
Well, you can have your style, and if you want to pump yourself up to make a picture look good or whatever, go ahead and do that. But you don't have to bring me down when you don't even know me. And go ahead and say it. That's the Dabbleverse. That's what
the
they do.
Dabbleverse.
Okay, well, look, it's a woman thing. It's a woman thing.
well, I'm gonna.
Why is a woman bringing another woman down for no fucking reason?
Okay, so I'm gonna chalk this up to we've just made an enemy, and I hate.
I don't want her to be my enemy. I just want to know why she talked down to me.
But we've just made an enemy, so now we'll have to deal with that in the future, and we'll see what happens there. But I always enjoyed her support of course I enjoyed her support. I appreciated her support of us, and it is what it is.
And Haley, I hope you watch this, and I hope you understand, as a woman, where I'm coming from. It's a woman code. It is a woman code. And for all the codes that don't exist amongst you men who can call each other pieces of shit and whatever, women just don't do that. Women just don't do that and should not do that. So feel free, Haley, to hit me up. Ask me why I'm upset over this, and I'll explain it to you. And we don't have to do it on camera. We can do it on the side. I'm really disappointed in the fact, as a woman who wants to be strong in this Dabbleverse or in this whatever we want to call it, and you had nothing better to do but to put me down. Yeah, I got a problem with that. A big problem with that. Thanks for the $5, Tracy. You're fucking awesome. Mwah.
You gotta wait till I pull it up. Go ahead.
I think on that note, she's been around for a year or so, and when she kind of came on and like had the southern drawl and the red hair and was tough talking and a badass bitch or whatever style mentality, and then you came along and you're like the real deal when it comes to that shit, not just like faking it like solo on the stream.
Face exactly what I'm gonna say behind your back.
So I think she might be like, oh shit, like Penny might be coming for part of my essence in this thing. And some people think like there's only so many pieces of pie, or if someone's I like when I started off, a lot of people started copying me and still do, but eventually at first you're like, wait, that's my shit, I came up with that, or I do that, or this, they're just ripping me off. But then eventually you realize like it's flattery. And I'm not saying you're ripping off her by any means, because I wouldn't you're Penny.
Right,
So
right, I'm me.
So there could be some of that too, where she just sees like someone coming up at her in her lane, and maybe she's like, like trying to throw shade your way.
No. Well, I mean, maybe she thinks it helped her. Maybe she got a few more likes for it, and that's great if you did get a few more likes for it. But it was uncalled for, unwarranted, and I'm not impressed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, in terms of being a female, being a redhead, yeah, but she's Haley's a showrunner. She's got the chops to do her own shit. Penny just sits there over there and hits her buttons every once in a while
Right.
and talks to the mic. So
I work a real job.
But
This is fun.
but Chow, you're right. Everybody worries about how many slices of the pie. Who's coming in to take that one slice from me, possibly, and that's the fucking truth for sure.
Fucking high school.
For goddamn,
It's just how it is. That's the nature of it.
Bo Beats coming. I like
don't ever
it.
get bullied. Don't ever get bullied. Not be yourself. I like Haley too, and this is disappointing. I hope she handles this like the lady. I hope she is. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. We'll see. I hope so too. And I hate this kind of stuff. I wish I was more of an asshole and could just talk shit easily. Sometimes I feel like a big pussy the way I couch this shit, but
It's just wrong. It's just wrong. Are we after the same prom date? Come on, serious.
Jersey, you broke my heart. Mainly by including Granny. That's my main issue.
You know what? You weren't. I know that your ass was not going to bring this up.